But yeah, and then there was the Football World Cup in Mexico,
Yeah.
and that was the thing that I guess made football from being a like oh, football's fun to really like understanding a little bit of the nature of the game, and became a like fun thing for me to follow in my spare time throughout my entire life, and still do that. And then it was the first big show I went to on the 5th of November 1986. I went to see Maiden in a place called Drammenshallen outside of Oslo, and I had seen, you know, like my oldest cousin's band play, and there was a free show in a public park. I remember at the age of 9, where I used to live, where there was like a big regional metal band that played, but the Maiden show, you know, that was a real show, yeah. And obviously at the time there was no such thing as like you know, free age, and what you had to do is go with a grown-up. So my dad was cool when it came to these things, and I had a friend with a quite young mom that was sort of youthful style woman, so they would kind of go turns taking us to shows, and that Maiden show was the first. And at the time there were so few shows in Norway that later on we got such a kick from this that we would go and see bands like we weren't even fans of, just because it was a metal show.
Name me one that you say, well, I really wasn't into the music, but...
Skid Row.
Skid Row, okay, with Sebastian Bach, yeah.
I remember there hadn't been anything in the world of metal related for a long time, and we were like, oh fuck it, let's go see it. And I was thrown out because we had gone to see bands like Slayer and Anthrax and Testament and all that. So we thought that like moshing and diving and climbing was a part of, that's how it was at the 1,000 capacity clubs. Mm-hmm. And then we came to this new arena with like all these, like a whole new thing. Then that's when they introduced something called ProSec in Norway, which was like a bodybuilder force of like, you know, like you move or show that you like this show, I'm gonna kill you. That was the attitude. So as soon as we started, it was like grabbed by the hair and like, come on. So
that's why you cut the hair?
Yeah, exactly. It was ruined for life. No, but it was also a big part of shows at the time to be very proactive, and actually something that we've encouraged in our shows to make fans become a part of the show themselves. And I still remind myself when I go to shows that when I'm standing there being sort of the rock star and I'm thinking I'm gonna stand here and watch the show because I know this is where the best sound is, I'm thinking like, this is so stupid, I'm not having any fun, you know, it's just like fuck it, throw the beer away and go in front and, you know, like, and then I really go back and saying like, this was a great show.
What was the last show you went to?
Well, it's been a while since the last show that I attended as a just going to see a show just like that, I can't even remember, because what I always try and do if there's a band at a festival that I'm playing myself, I look at our schedule and I'm thinking, okay, we have played, fortunately done within Tuesday, and then I'm gonna grab, at least the last 30 minutes. So when we played Hellfest in France this summer, I managed to get at least half an hour of ministry. That was cool.